Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. Today I'm doing another live cast, only because it's Intellivision Day, and if you watch any of my videos, you'll know that Intellivision is my favorite system. I've chosen, well, let me give you a little backstory here. So this website throws up a challenge. Well, not really a challenge, but they want everybody to join in and play an Intellivision game on Intellivision Day. So it's more of a volunteer thing. So they listed all the Intellivision games you can play, and you go on there and you choose which one you want to play, and then you play it. So hopefully we get all these people actually playing Intellivision. And so my favorite game on the Intellivision is Donkey Kong, which is an odd choice because a lot of people don't really like the game on the system. In fact, a lot of people say it's one of the worst ports of the game. I disagree a little bit, but I grew up playing this game. I loved it, and it's always been one of my favorites. Now, I'm not exactly going to be playing the one that I grew up with. Not that I don't like the game, and it's just there's actually a better one, and it was created by Carl Mueller Jr., who programmed his own version of the game and included multiple levels in there. Now, the original Donkey Kong on the Intellivision only had the first barrel board, and then it had the rivet stage. So you would just go between those two levels, and it can get a little bit boring, I guess, if you play and play and play. So kind of missing those extra two stages. And so what this version is D2K, and I've actually done a video on it. Carl actually sent me the ROM so I could play it and compare it to the original. So this version is actually got the 4 original stages, plus it has these extra stages. So I like there's more to it. There's a lot more going on. Not to mention, he's also added more characters. So it's not just Mario. There's Tony, and sorry, I forgot the other one, but I'm going to check it out. So maybe I'll stick with Mario. I've still been playing around with this game a little bit, and I'm still trying to see what else with the different characters. I know he sent me the manual. I did kind of read a bit of it, and I think there is some slight differences. So, but the levels are definitely much more different than any of the original Donkey Kong games. So I think I'll just play around with some of the levels and just have some fun with Donkey Kong on the Intellivision. Now, just to show you too, I'm going to do some screen sharing before I start, and then I'll show you the website that has this kind of, not really challenge, but just to get people playing that I was talking about. So I'm just going to share my screen. And so this is the site. Just going to hope you're able to see this. Just going to wait a minute and it should pop up. So it's actually called intvprime.com, and kind of an interesting site. I mean, it's got everything to do with Intellivision. So they've got all this stuff going on here. They got like events, they got a contact page, all that stuff, all the good stuff. And so the sign-up form down below is where I kind of went in here, and I can see, like, when I signed up, there was a lot of vacant spaces. So it looks like there's a lot of people who did agree to play a game. So these are all the games for the Intellivision. They're all down here, and I was trying to decide which game I'm going to play, but then I thought, naturally I should do Donkey Kong. No, I probably should be playing the original Donkey Kong, but this one's just a lot more fun. So there's me up here, Brian's MC. It made me put in a name and a last name and stuff, so I just put Brian as my first name and Man Cave as my second name, or my middle or last name, and so it kind of cuts it and makes it MC. But that's it. So Donkey Kong right there. But yeah, it's this can be a little bit of fun here. So I'm just going to bring up. This is the emulator. I know this is not the right, or not the best emulator. I can't figure out how to get the other one to work, the better one. But it does work. The graphics don't come out as perfect, but it is still the game. So I'm just going to expand the window there a bit. So this is where I was talking about. If you've seen my video before on this game, I kind of went through this a little bit. So it's just going to be the one player. Then there's Mario, Tony, and Bruno. That's the other name. And then you got the choice of game 2 or game 1. I think game 1 is just the first 4 boards, and game 2 has these extra boards. So let's just go with that, and then why not just stick with Mario? This is the stage here where it's a little bit messed up because it's the wrong emulator. I just love the animation now. I mean, this didn't exist in the other Donkey Kong. And definitely Mario moves a lot more faster on this, more responsive. It looks right. I mean, yeah, Donkey Kong's on the wrong side as far as the actual arcade version, but I mean, that's no big deal. Especially if you compare this to the original Donkey Kong on the Intellivision. And they kept some of the graphics looking the same. They changed Donkey Kong up a bit, but the board looks very similar. They added some animation to the oil can. This level's a little bit like the original one. I mean, some of the graphics are a little more fine-tuned. But again, Mario moves a lot better, a lot faster on this version. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a shame. This piece here too, the how high can you get? That obviously was not on there either, on the original Donkey Kong, for the Intellivision anyways. In fact, most of the ports on these older systems didn't have anything like those transition levels. Not even the Commodore 64 had it. It just, even though the Commodore 64 had all 4 stages. You fall now. And this piece here, the animation. This didn't exist on the Intellivision original version. Not even on the ColecoVision, which made the better of the Donkey Kongs out of all of them. Not until Nintendo, I guess. I guess some of the older Atari computers might have had the animation in there. I'm not too familiar with those because I didn't have an Atari computer. I still don't have one. I don't even have an Atari 5200, which the console itself was based on the computer, as far as what I've read, anyways. I do have the Atari 7800 and the Donkey Kong on that one. I think I did show that one off, though. I think I showed it off on that one video I did of Donkey Kong comparisons. The 7800 version is very similar to the Nintendo version. Obviously, the sound chip's different. These things, these springboard things, are so annoying on every Donkey Kong version, except on the ColecoVision version, which it's kind of interesting that I didn't notice that when I did my my comparison on the Donkey Kongs, the one that I had the ColecoVision on. I didn't even notice that the ColecoVision version didn't have those springboards. I think the interesting thing is, if this, if the original Intellivision version from Coleco included that level, they probably would have had the springboard. But for whatever reason, when they made it on the ColecoVision, which was supposed to be the better version, they decided not to include them. I don't know what the reasoning was. I mean, it's kind of the iconic part of that elevator level, is those dang springboards. So it's weird that they just didn't exist. Obviously, it makes playing the game a lot easier. I still have to explore those other levels, though. I mean, this is just the original. I'm going to see if I can get to the pie stage. Even the sound effects on this one's pretty good. I mean, this is very spot on to the arcade, in my opinion, as far as a console version. One day I hope to obtain the actual physical cartridge of this so I can play it on a real Intellivision. This is being played on that emulator, and it's not that good because it's not emulating the game properly. That's why some of the graphics don't turn out. But I mean, the game it's because it's a homebrew. It's not something that was made by Coleco or anything like that. So it's not exactly cheap. I mean, it is pretty expensive to buy it. So just haven't got around to spending the money yet. I think the last time I saw this version for sale, it was like about around $100. There is Donkey Kong Arcade, which came before this one, which is the one he programmed first, and it's just these 4 levels with the Pi level included, and that one's cheaper. That's about $50, I think, last time I seen it. Weird how Mario just turns yellow and blue. At least it's a good indicator that he's got the hammer. See if I can get up there. So yeah, I mean, I can go and get just the, oh, that's interesting. You have to actually get up to the top. Some of them you just have to get up to that ladder and then you're already done. Talked about the Pi level before and the absence of the Pi level on a lot of the consoles. And still, I've never really found any reasoning behind it. I don't know. Even, like, I think the most annoying one is that it's not on the Nintendo one. And that's the one out of any system that should have had it. Because it's a Nintendo game. It's a Nintendo product. Obviously, Mario's the main character there. So it is a Nintendo thing. So it is strange that the Nintendo had the capability of having that Pi level. I mean, I don't know. It's just strange that they left it out. Almost like they wanted to pay homage to the classic systems and be like, oh, we're not going to include that because the other systems didn't have it. Oh, more of a reason to include it. Oh, game over. Let's play the other variant. So let's go with Mario again. Game 2. Now remember when I did the review of this game, I tried this and I realized how difficult these levels are. Like, they're not the easiest. I don't know if it's just that I'm not used to it or if they just really amped up the skill on this. Like, look at this. Like, you start off right there with the broken ladder. That's interesting too, the hammer just floating in midair like that. And I believe if you take it away, there's just a hole there. Yeah, you can't even walk on it. So, whoa. Yeah, I do remember the first time I tried this, and I was having a hard time on this. And look, right away, I mean, it just starts off with the flaming barrels coming flying at you. Look, there's some articles of Pauline's stuff, the purse, and yes, that's who you're trying to save. This is Pauline at the top there, not Princess Peach like in Super Mario Brothers. Princess Peach wasn't a thing until Super Mario Brothers. Whoa! How did I manage that? See what happens if I get this. I find out sometimes when you get the hammer, you're just opening yourself up to a world of pain after that because now there's more barrels on the board, like this. I can't even get to the top on this one. This is crazy. See if I can do it. Wish that ladder wasn't broken. Man, these barrels move fast, like crazy fast, and they bounce. That's the other thing. The barrels bounce, bouncing away there. Some pretty good animation for the Intellivision. Oh. The other thing I know too, again, because I'm playing on the crappy emulator, not the good one, is there is talking in this one. The emulator I'm using doesn't work with the talk, with the speech, but there is some talking, and I think you hear Pauline yell for help. There's another talking. I know there's a few other videos online of people playing this properly. Having a hard time on this board. Like, it's brutal. It feels like already like stage 4. Like, I can't believe this is the first level. Crazy. Okay, let's see if I can do this again. Now, the only advantage of me playing this on the computer is that I can use a gamepad and not the original Intellivision keypad, whatever you want to call it, disc controller, because that one is a little bit more crampier on the hands. I mean, the way you got to hold it, and the fire buttons, the way they're situated, and the disc itself. Whoops, button didn't work. The disc itself, because it is multi-directional. I mean, it goes in so many different directions, and it's very easy to misjudge. You know, you want to push up, but you're actually pushing up and to the right or something. Oh my God, what's happening here? Man, if I had this when I was a kid, this obviously would have been like my most favorite game ever. Oh. Like, I played a lot of the original one, and I was even then kind of annoyed that there was only 2 levels, or 2 stages, or whatever you want to say. You know, having a very hard time on this one. I don't think I changed any skill level. Come on, let's get. Hey, maybe I'll make it. Hey, look at that success. Oh man, this looks nuts. Okay, so this is like a version of the pie level. I don't think I can touch that fire thing. Okay, so I gotta avoid the pie and not get squished by that pie making machine. Oh, I got hit by a pie plate. I think I even remember talking about, like, what are these pies anyways? Are they cement? Are they lava pies? Poisonous blueberry pie? Are they peanut butter pie and Mario's allergic to peanuts? I mean, what is it? Oh. What is it about these pies that are so lethal? Is it just the filling is so hot that Mario lands in it and burns to death? Oh. I'm having a hard time with the jumping onto the ledges. Alright, let's give this another go, because I'm having a lot of fun on this one. This kind of reminds me of playing the actual arcade Donkey Kong, and how hard it is. Like, if anybody's actually played the original arcade version, not any of the consoles, and how hard it is to just get even anywhere on it. Just watch the King of Kong documentary. Whoops. All about Billy Mitchell and Steve Wiebe, and how Steve Wiebe was trying to steal the top score from Billy Mitchell on Donkey Kong Arcade, and they actually talk about the complexity of the game and how hard it is. You know, the pure brutality of the game. Whoa. I mean, people want to say that modern gaming is hard. Yeah, Green Lantern, that's true. What are pies doing at a construction site? So I was wondering, are they cement pies? Like, is it you're falling into like liquid hot cement or something? What are they going to do with these cement pies? Who eats cement pie? I always like that. How high can you get? Sounds like a stoner reference or something. Got your weed out or something. Whoa. Okay, I got up here. Now let's not screw it up. I'm assuming if I hit that stuff falling, the pie falling, it will hurt me. So I'm not going to touch that. I don't think I should touch that thing either. I don't know if it'll hurt me. Might as well grab her. I think that's her purse. I'm going to grab that anyways. So all these little things that she drops, like her umbrella or parasol or whatever you want to call it. Her purse. Oh man, oh, the timing on this is not going to be fun. I knew it. It's a conveyor belt, so when you get up there, it shoots you into the hole. You got to be like fast, like quick moving. I'm starting to wonder what this game would be like actually playing it on the original Intellivision controller. I'm sure when he designed the game, he had that in mind. It wasn't like, I'm going to design it for using game pads on a PC. I know Carl, he watches my videos every once in a while, so maybe he'll actually watch this one and answer that question. You know, when he was designing this game, did he keep the gamepad or the disc controller in mind when he was doing it? I'm pretty sure he did, because this was meant to be a cartridge. It wasn't meant to be an emulated ROM. So, and the thing about, like, if anybody really knows about the Intellivision, you know, aside from the Intellivision 2, the original Intellivision, the controllers are wired in. I mean, you didn't typically change them, and even when they broke, you had to literally open up the system and pull the inner wire part out. Like it wasn't soldered in or anything like that. It was actually plugged in, but it was plugged in internally, so you had to actually unscrew the system and then unplug it. And man, push the button too. And once you did that, so like typically when the controller would die on you, you would just be like, okay, I don't have a controller. Or you would, if it was your main controller, you would open up the Intellivision and just swap the two controllers. So then player 2 didn't have one, but you could still keep playing your Intellivision until you got yourself another one. Intellivision 2 came along, and they decided to change that and actually you plug the controllers in, just like the ColecoVision and Atari and all the other ones. But at the same time, I don't think they ended up making any other types of controllers for the Intellivision. I think they just really stuck with the game pads or the disc controller. Oh, I got caught on the ladder. Yikes. Oh, okay. NT Michael just made a comment. Buy the LTO flash and put this ROM on it and play it on the Intellivision. Plays great. That sounds like a good idea. I never thought of that. Oh, we're on to the, yeah, here's the, there he is, Carl Mueller Jr. This one he sent to me, and you can see it's got my name there on the bottom, Brian's Man Cave. Because he actually sells these ROMs. It's not like you can just go on and download it, at least not officially. Give this another shot, shall we? determined now to get to that the top of that pie stage. Can't remember. I don't think I passed it when I did my video on this game. I didn't spend a lot of time on this level. Man, that barrel just scares me. It comes flying at you. I always know the trick to these older games, is pattern recognition. I mean, that's where you know, Billy Mitchell from the champion, who also beat Pac-Man and lots of the other classic arcade games. It's pretty much what he talks about is pattern recognition, learning the timing of things. So I'm sure there's something you can learn, some type of pattern. Crap. That flaming barrel won't go away. I don't want to go up there because he's going to come after me. Okay. Just barely made that. That was scary. Okay, let's try this again. You know, I haven't actually figured out if I can walk on that fire thing or if that's like a hole or what is that? I don't know. That chance. This game's hard enough to get to this stage. Okay, let's just wait for that plate. Whoa! Oh man, I bounced off the side of the screen and landed on the plate. That wasn't my plan at all. Try that again. These conveyor belts are really tricky. Dang physics. There we go. Whew. Okay. Gotta wait for that pie to fall in there. Can you imagine what the smell would be? These pies landing into a bucket of burning oil. How did Mario not just like pass out from the smell? Okay, let's see if I can get through this. It's like a pie every second coming up. Also, doesn't help that the ladder goes up and down too. Okay. So you almost have to wait till the pie is like literally past your head and just fly up. There we go. Whew. Okay. At least Donkey Kong's not throwing barrels on me. Hey, let's see what's next. Ah, the classic board. Okay. But the barrels are coming really fast. Like this is super fast. Always got to take that chance where you start climbing up a ladder and wait and hope the barrel doesn't come down that ladder. It's one of those, you know, let's just take that 50-50 chance and hope there's no barrel going to come flying at me. Oh my lord, look at this. Okay, something just killed me. Am I dead? Nope. Okay. Let's not walk for a second. Okay, so this thing is flying around. It kind of looks like that beam in Donkey Kong Jr. I guess I got to time it right that I get over to that oil thing. Maybe I'm safe here. And okay, now I got this ladder or this elevator piece. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to try and jump on it. Now, I don't know where to go. Okay, I guess I'm going to go... Well, I got to get up to her, so I guess I got to go to the right. So that makes the most amount of sense. And I got that barrel thing, just doesn't want to go away. I hope he doesn't come down. Oh, wait, he did. Oh, I see. Okay, so I got to go this way. I don't know why, but this level reminds me a little bit of a minor 2049er level. Let's see. I'm just going to jump up there. And then I'm going to jump. Did I just touch the fire? I touched the fire. All right, don't touch the fire. Okay, let's go. This is crazy. Okay, let's wait for him to go. Maybe I touched one of those. Oh. Okay. That was close. Too close. I am going the right way. I must be going the right way. How do I... Alright, there's something I'm not getting. Because why am I dying just by walking up the ladder? Run, 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 run. Okay. Is there a way to turn the fire off? Bucket of water somewhere? Got all these oil bins everywhere. Yeah, I can't make that jump. I know that. So, what's the trick? Huh. If I go up that way, can't go the other way because there's Donkey Kong over there, and he will kill me too. Is there any point to going over to the other side? Oh, I fell off the ledge. That's not fun. Game over. Have to go through all that again. All right, let's try somebody else now. Okay, we got Tony and we got Bruno. Bruno. He's a Sacha Baron Cohen character. Let's try him. See what Bruno can do for me. All right, Bruno. Oh, look, he's brown. He's brown and gray. Does he have any secret tricks or anything? Can he do anything? No? Just looks different. If you ever played, whoa. If you ever played Donkey Kong on the Game Boy, all the tricks that Donkey Kong, well, Mario can do on the Game Boy version, it's pretty insane. I mean, the way he can like jump and flip and almost like he does on the like Super Mario Brothers. Unfortunately, giving him all those skills and abilities makes these levels ultra easy. So if you play the Game Boy version, the original 4 stages are there, but you zoom by them like literally in seconds. Like you just like do jump flips and you're up to the top there. They didn't intend it to be those levels. Whoa! Ah! Caught my foot. This is not looking good. Bruno is not doing too well for me. Oh, I did it again. Dang it. Maybe I should just start again. What happens if I just can you kill yourself in this game? Yeah, sure you can. Boom! Look at that, he grabbed the hammer on the way down. So the other thing that's interesting about this game, in contrast to Super Mario Brothers, is that in Super Mario Brothers, look how far Mario can fall before anything happens to him. Actually, nothing happens to him. But look at this. You fall off one ledge and you're dead. Possibly because Donkey Kong doesn't exist in the Mushroom Kingdom. Maybe in the Mushroom Kingdom, Mario is much more powerful and doesn't die when he falls. Even though everything else seems to be able to kill him in Super Mario Brothers, like the Goombas and stuff. Let's give this another whirl. Let's try Tony. Where's Luigi, anyways? I wonder why he didn't decide to put Luigi in here. Another question for Carl. Is there a reason? Do you want to avoid too much copying of Nintendo's product? Is it me, or is this guy running a lot faster? Whoa. Tony seems to be running faster. I don't think it's my emulation that's changed. Huh. He's blue. It's like in, whoops. Oh man, this level's so hard. It's like in, oh, what's that? Inti Michael says, Tony makes longer jumps, can jump while using the hammer. Oh my goodness. And Bruno can hammer while climbing. Cool. That is awesome. Thanks for that. Guess I should have read more of the manual. I didn't realize there was a difference in the characters. That definitely comes in handy. And that just killed me. I like that Bruno can climb with the hammer. Now I want to try that. Because that was another thing. I mean, in the Game Boy version, it gives you the ability to throw the hammer, like when you don't want it anymore. Kill myself and go back to Bruno again. Try Bruno one more time. Yay. Yeah, see, he can't climb the ladder. Doesn't seem like the hammer last though. Oh, it starts to. Let's try that. Because I always wondered what it'd be like to be able to climb the ladders with the hammer. Now again, I'm playing this because this is Intellivision Day. If you want to learn about that, it's on the website. I put the link below. Just kind of celebrating the release of the Intellivision. And I signed up for playing Donkey Kong. Now I'm kind of cheating. I'm playing D2K, which is not technically the original Donkey Kong. But it's a lot more entertaining than if I were to be playing the original Donkey Kong, because there's only the 2 original levels, and it would be kind of boring. Is there any Thor hammer in here? Green Lantern is asking. That would be impressive. Although, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Thor the only one who can pick up the Thor hammer? Whoa. Okay, now do I wait. How do I get that hammer without falling? Oh. That's an oddly placed hammer. Where do you get it? I guess I have to get it at the bottom there, not at the top there. Yeah, let's just take this one. Seems how I can climb the ladder. Kind of disappears for a minute. Oh, well, you can't jump. Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay, now. So we know we can't jump with it, but we can climb ladders. So that could be much more handy on the rivet stage. In the rivet stage, you don't necessarily need to jump all the time, as long as you run over the rivets. That's not on this version, though. I'm playing the game 2. Let's get the umbrella. Maybe I should go back to the original game and try that one with Bruno. Mario should be worthy. Yeah, worthy of the hammer of Thor. Well, if anybody's actually watched the movie Pixels, I know it's Adam Sandler and a lot of people probably don't like it because of him, but I really enjoyed the movie because, well, it's all about, you know, showing off the retro gaming and stuff like that, and they all come to life. And the final stage is Donkey Kong, and when he has to get up to the top, I mean, they do a lot of crazy stuff, you know, they're jumping and stuff like that, and they're, you know, trying to get to the top anyways to save the the kid and I think one of the soldiers or something like that. And Adam Sandler ends up, I think it was Adam Sandler, grabs the hammer and just flings it at Donkey Kong and kills Donkey Kong. Obviously, that never happens in the game. The hammer really only kills the barrels and the flaming barrels and I guess even the pies. There's no hammer on this one, but so it's kind of weird in the movie when hey, I did it. It's kind of weird in the movie when Adam Sandler just chucks the hammer at Donkey Kong and it just destroys him. Like, can you imagine if you could do that in this one? Take the hammer and just like bop Donkey Kong on the head with it and kill him? But then it wouldn't make any sense because then the game wouldn't go on any further. The whole idea is that Donkey Kong keeps climbing up higher and higher every time you save the Pauline. So to be able to just knock him and kill him, that just would defeat the whole point of the game. Yeah, Inti Michael, yes, the original 4 stages. I played that first. I only played it once though. I've been playing this one just because I've been trying to figure out this level right now, and it's just fun playing these levels that I'm not that familiar with. Perhaps I should go back and play the original one as well again. Oops. Okay, I jumped a little bit hastily there. Probably shouldn't have done that. Oh, I forgot about that. That's a hazard. Just throwing my Brunos away. Okay, there we go. Gotta stop here. Jump up there. Jump up there. So I have to remember that Bruno can carry the hammer up the stairs. You can't jump with the hammer. Not really going to help me on this stage because I don't see any hammers. And they probably wouldn't do anything anyways. This game, all the originals too, in all 7 levels. Ah, I see. Okay, let's get up there. I still haven't figured out what I'm supposed to do here, though. Every time I climb up there, I die. Maybe Inti Michael knows what I'm supposed to do at this point, because I'm just not sure. I climb up there and I get killed by that fire thing. I thought maybe I can climb at a different area on the ladder, but no, it lines up with the ladder. It always climbs at the same spot. Don't see any other way to get up there. Run over the blue squares. They are valves. They're valves? I can run over that, eh? Oh. I think I'm running out of time. That's the thing. I didn't spend a lot of time on these extra levels. I'm not too familiar with them. Does that mean I have to get all of them? Just like the rivets? Or just the side that I want to climb up? Alright, let's try that again, shall we? See if I can finally beat that stage now. All of them. Okay, thanks. I have to run over all of them now. So it's kind of like the rivet level. Let's give that a shot. Ah, I keep doing that. My timing on the jump is terrible. Keep thinking that barrel's going to come flying at me. It always stops on that one. Okay. Oh man, this isn't good. Wow. Okay. Well, at least you know the barrels will always fall down that hole. And that was just crazy. Okay, let's do this. Whoa, took a chance there. I wonder if there's like a world record holder for this game so far. Like they must do that for homebrews too. Okay. Oh man. Okay. These barrels, or these pies. Oh. Oops. Yeah, so the instructions say put out both fires, so run over all valves. Okay. That's if I can get to that again. I mean, I've been having a hard time getting through these first two stages. I haven't figured out if you can touch that thing or not. It's like in this game, actually in a lot of these older games, you always kind of wonder what can you touch and what can't you touch. Some things will kill you, some things won't. Will just leave you alone. Okay, let's climb up there. There we go. Seem to be able to get past that point. Very good. Yeah, when Carl sent me this game, he did send me a whole bunch of files to go along with it, and I didn't actually realize that he sent me the instruction when I did the my first video on this. I didn't realize that the instructions were included in there. I thought he just sent me the ROM, and so I just kind of started playing it, and afterwards that's when I realized. I was like, oh yeah, there's a manual in here. Okay, so I got to hit all these valves. Okay, let's do it. And not get hit by that thing. When I did my I did a live play the other day on Donkey Kong Jr. and I was talking about the there's no ladder here. I was talking about the stage where it kind of looks like this. Sort of. It's got those electrical beams, and Mario is controlling the switch, and I thought how out of place it just looked as far as a Donkey Kong Jr. style, because Donkey Kong Jr. almost looks like it takes place in a jungle in a sense, right? So to have this kind of electrical thing going on with these like pipes and stuff, it just seemed like it didn't fit. But Donkey Kong is a little different. I mean, you're in a cement factory, essentially, or in a construction site, I should say. So these things can kind of look appropriate. Looks like I gotta get down there. And, oh, ooh, I didn't die. Oh, that was dumb. Oops, just fell off the world. Yeah, like in real life, don't touch the light socket. There's some good advice from Green Lantern there. Green Lantern's in the chat, and he's telling me not to touch the electrical sockets. Oh yeah, gotta use the elevator. Wonder what the point of putting the oil bins here for. I guess just for decor. They don't seem to do anything. It's like Mario's cement factory or whatever. The old classic handheld. So I gotta jump over there. And jump down here. And I think I just gotta, oh no, I gotta go that way. So I gotta jump across. Wow. This is crazy. You really have to time your moves and know where you're going. Let's see what's going to happen. There we go. Success. Thank you, Inti Michael. He's also in the chat. I would have had to literally go and read the manual to figure out what I'm supposed to do. Oh, no. This doesn't look good. It's like a crazier version of the original. Oops. Wow, this is hard. Okay. I just fell off the edge there for no reason, but it's the original version of the elevator level, but much more crazier. So much going on. Okay, I guess I gotta jump over to that bottom part and have to wait till that guy's out of the way. Gotta move fast before he comes back down. Oh, almost died. Let's go. Let's take the safe route. Ow! Even taking the safe route is hard. So I might understand that there's 7 levels. I think that's what he said in the chat there, that there's 7 of these levels. So I'm not quite near the top yet. A lot more to go through. Oh, jeez. How'd that happen? Yeah, that was pretty crazy. It was a nightmare of a level. So let's try these guys on game 1. Let's try, should I go with Bruno or Tony? Let's try Bruno. I want to be able to carry that, carry the hammer up the stairs. Definitely going to have to go back and play those levels again. I was having so much fun. Still got used to the speed of the barrels on this one. I mean, if you watch the original or see the original Donkey Kong on the Intellivision, like how slow everything moves. Even Mario himself, who doesn't even look like Mario, he looks more like Charlie Brown in overalls. And the speed of it, just yeah, the game wasn't that great. I mean, I didn't really have a whole lot to compare it to when I was a kid. The original Donkey Kong on the Intellivision. I believe it was before I even had the version on the Commodore 64 that I used to play it, so I didn't have anything else to compare it to. Obviously, when I went to the arcades, I knew very well that everything in the arcade was always going to be better than what I'd get on my console. Whoa! Okay. Yes, I definitely like being able to climb up the ladders, but it didn't really help me at that scenario because I would have been killed in the middle of the ladder, or when I got up to the top. I mean. You die now. Okay. Does anybody ever get that hammer there? I wonder. What would be the point of that? Let's just get it. Because I can. I can run all the way up. Now that I can climb ladders. I know sometimes, I don't know if it depends on the port or the version or whatever you want to call it, but sometimes even when you have the hammer, the barrel could still hit you. Like it literally comes at you and the hammer's in the air and it still crushes you. And it's kind of annoying when that happens because you feel like when you got the hammer, it's you're invincible. You're like, nothing can kill me, I have a hammer. And that's not always true. I don't know which, I know it's happened to me a few times where I've had the hammer. Maybe it was the Commodore 64 version, I can't remember. Or the Atari version, the Atari 2600 version. I mean, that one's not so great either. I'm not that big of a fan of the Atari 2600 version. I like how the first level gets the board look a little bit more accurate to your arcade. It's got Donkey Kong on the left-hand side where he's supposed to be, but this one, the girder stage, is wrong, all wrong. I mean, it doesn't even look like it doesn't even look like the stage, and the those barrel things don't go up and down. All they do is go right and left. So, like, I guess that could sort of make it easier, but it's still annoying. Like, it's not Donkey Kong at this point. I don't know. They just really changed it. Again, it's like there's some homebrews out there. Actually, I have one on my computer too. Atari 2600 homebrew. I think it's the VCS one. I can't remember. Where they've kind of made Donkey Kong a little bit better. Now, the problem is, though, at least the one I have, Donkey Kong doesn't show up on the screen until you move up about, I don't know, two girder stages or whatever you want to call them. So you have to kind of climb up before you even see him. Because I guess the way the Atari graphics are, they can't get the full screen to fit onto the board, which is the problem with the original 2600 version. If you notice, the bottom girder piece is just a thin line. Like it doesn't look like a girder piece. Oh, why am I up here? Going the wrong way. I forgot I'd actually have to climb the ladder on this one. Whoops, whoops, whoops. I was close. Okay, let's go this way. Since I can climb ladders. Ah! Mental note. Bruno can climb ladders with hammers, but cannot hammer on ladders. Oops. Jumped too quickly. Let's just go. Sans hammer. Try and get up there as fast as possible. Whoa, that was close. Yeah, I'm pretty certain on the Commodore 64 version, when you do climb that ladder, you win right away. You don't have to go all the way over and climb up the next ladder. It's just an automatic win. Be more of the resembling the arcade version, so it makes sense that it's like that. The sound effects on this level, no matter what port you play it, other than the Coleco, obviously, because it doesn't have those springboards, it's just so distracting. Like, I don't know how people could keep their concentration on the much higher levels with those springboard things making all that noise. You almost have to tune them out. Ah. This is not going to plan. I wonder, though, in the ColecoVision version, I wonder if they wanted to include them but just didn't get around to programming it or something. And I was kind of talking about this earlier, and the fact that the ColecoVision version, whoops, I thought I was dead there. The ColecoVision version, which is supposed to be very close to the, giving you the arcade feel, didn't include these springboards, which is part of the challenge of this level. Whoa, jeez. I just wonder if they just ran out of time programming it or had to rush it to production or what. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, I had a lot of fun playing this. It was great to be able to get back to playing this again. I only really focused on it when I did the first video. So, yeah, I mean, this was kind of fun. Sharing screen and stop that. Yeah, I mean, so that was me playing for Intellivision Day. It was kind of cool. Like I saw the, I'm on the Intellivision group on Facebook. So it's called Intellivision Invasion. So if you're a big Intellivision fan and you like being on the Facebook groups, I would suggest joining that group because that's all they are. They're all about Intellivision. There's a lot of Intellivision enthusiasts. And they even do some sales and stuff. Like I've been watching some of the sale posts and stuff, and they're good for learning what is, what's valuable or what, if you want to understand which games are worth buying or picking up and stuff like that. I know the Atari Age, which is probably one of my favorite groups on Facebook. They also have a marketplace where they talk about selling games and stuff like that. They literally had to separate because they started off as just Atari Age, and so many people were throwing sales posts in there. It was kind of interfering with the regular posts. So they created kind of like a secondary group called Atari Age Marketplace. And so if you're more interested in collecting and buying or possibly selling your stuff, I would recommend that. And like there's a lot of like great sellers on there. People try to be fair with their pricing, and you don't want to be one of those people who just tries to sell things like that are not worth the money you're trying to sell it for. So it's a great group for that, and it's a lot, there's a lot of great people on there. They're very helpful. So I'd suggest that. And also check that link I put below, the Intellivision link that I put below. That seems like an interesting website too. So if you're really into Intellivision, if you're a real fan of it, I would suggest checking it out. Anyways, I had a lot of fun doing this. This was kind of like an afterthought. I didn't really plan this, so it was kind of like a spur of the moment thing. But yeah, it was because I signed up to play on the Intellivision Day to play Donkey Kong, even though I didn't play the original Donkey Kong. Again, I think it's just as fun, and it is Donkey Kong. So thanks for guys watching in the chat. Thanks for Inti Michael for his tips on beating the game, because I would have never got that far. And it was a lot of fun, and that's why I like doing live streaming, because you never know what's going to happen. It's kind of crazy, and you just kind of roll with the punches. Anyways, thanks for watching. I got my next video I'm working on right now. I'm just in the editing stage, so that's going up on this Tuesday, probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's usually when I upload my videos. And it's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to be talking about video game ads, like the classic video game ads. So just going to finish editing it up and get it all ready to go. And hopefully it'll be a fun episode. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm signing out right now. Talk to you guys later.